Alright, episode 43 of Solitaire Quest. You know who I am? Look up my number. I sort of made a Beatles reference there, so yeah. This episode is episode 43 of Solitaire Quests. The review of the Star Trek Discovery episode, Vaulting Ambitions. Yep. Finally here. You know, I could just